to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing. John Shalonsky's going to open us in prayer.
Our Father, thank you for this opportunity again for us to come together as a body to service our town and the people and to try to do the right things. Dear Lord, we always pray for our first responders, our military that keeps us safe overseas, and hope that you'll guide and keep them and keep their spirits high. Dear Lord, let us do the town's business and make wise decisions in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. You may be seated. Before we get started, I just want to make a real quick update. You guys noticed Dennis is not here. Monday before Thanksgiving, Dennis was admitted to the hospital in very bad condition. He came home yesterday. He has some type, I forget what he called it, but it's some type of pneumonia. He said once he got home yesterday or Monday, he had to go up the stairs on oxygen. So once he got to the top of the stairs, it about wiped him out. So he's at least off work the next 2 to 3 weeks. So if you would, just keep he and his wife in your prayers because he's having a rough go of it right now. Okay, do we have a motion to approve the minutes from November 5th?
Motion to approve the minutes from November 5th.
I didn't hesitate that long.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? 4 affirmative. Motion to approve and ratify the fund report and docket from December 3rd.
I'll make the motion.
Motion
Second.
by John, second by John. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4 affirmative. Old business. Dwayne, you want to give us an update on the road?
There isn't much to update. We're just waiting at this point for a good day to lay base asphalt and work from there. They've been in contact a little bit, but weather's what we were afraid of as we prolong this, or if this got prolonged, this is what we were concerned about, and we're here, so we'll work through that.
Okay. Lee, did you have, I know you've been in contact with Steve with their...
I have, and I forwarded to you that email, I think to all of you, and he finally called, good conversation, promises they'll get it done, they own the asphalt plant, no worry about all of that, but I don't think anybody expected the weather to turn like it has. I think surely there will be a window that will open for a couple of days. But my concern is that every other project they're still working on and running late on and don't have finished, they're shut down on those right now too, so.
Yeah, I just found out here just a little bit ago that I think Greenwood has shut them down from doing any more road work and had made them fill stuff with stone and things like that. So temperature's a big issue.
It is.
Especially if the ground is frozen with laying asphalt, things like that. So something I'm going to be watching very closely.
So do we need to consider that as well then? I mean, that thought crossed my mind. They may own the plant, but
Right, yeah.
are we going to have an inferior product?
Let me get through the end of this week. I know we have 2 days next week that are supposed to be 35 and 40 degrees.
Okay.
We'll see whether that holds to be true, the forecast holds to be true and things like that, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted.
Okay.
And from a practical matter, we're kind of powerless to do much of that. I guess if Dwayne does decide that conditions are such that I don't want them to do any more work, if that's what like Greenwood decided, then just let me know, let them know. But for now, I think we're just going to stay in this holding pattern and hope for the best.
Okay. Thank you. At the last meeting, we had a conversation about the heating and air situation that we have in this building, and one of the things that the council decided is we were going to have Angela's office moved over here, and I kind of jumped the gun on that a little bit. So I would like to ask the council to, even though we didn't vote on it, it was just kind of a unanimous. I would like for us to sit on that for a bit because Dwayne had been working on some things, but he was on vacation at the time that we were not aware of. So I jumped the gun on him a little bit. And if we could kind of just rescind that for a bit, because the next thing you're going to see on the agenda is the HVA system And I think we may have a lot better fix than what we had talked about. So if nobody has a problem, can we leave Angela where she is until we determine that it's an absolute necessity that we have to move? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Dwayne?
So a little bit about the HVAC system in the suites. When we remodeled the building, so umpteen years ago, doesn't appear that there was much consideration taken into the HVAC system. I had VAC, commercial HVAC out to take a look. He lifted some ceiling tile and things like that. And what was done when the remodel is what is causing the major issues now. I don't have pricing on anything, but what is recommended is to update the existing furnace, probably run a couple in tandem, and both HVAC, or both the heating and the cooling side of it running in tandem. There is an existing wall that is up above there that is not allowing return air from the south side of the building back to the furnace. So that's all stuff that we're looking into. We're kind of sitting favorably here now because it's this unit that is existing in the building is not a new unit. It's coming to the end of its life cycle anyway. And according to VAC, it is undersized to do what it's supposed to do for that side, or to do what it wants to do. So we do this. Looks like we're going to be able to add 3 separate zones in there, so 3 different thermostats, various different things to heat and cool accordingly. So that's where we are there. I'll report back to you as soon as I have pricing and other stuff. I'm waiting for another gentleman to come down and take a look and dive a little bit deeper into it.
One of the things, I talked to Angela the other day about seeing what we had as far as funding left for this year, money that would have reverted back that we might be able to utilize. Since we don't have an idea yet where we're going to land dollar-wise, I would still like us to be able to do this under this year's budget. And I talked to Lee today, and he said if we had a number, we could encumber it this year, and it would not be a problem. So don't get real shocked if we get a couple weeks out and we try to schedule a special meeting real quick. If we have numbers and we have enough people bid on it or quote us that we can legally do that, because I would like to try to get it done this year if possible, just so we're not getting into next year's budget. So
the unit is failing, or it's just undersized?
It's undersized to do what we want to do. So I'll kind of explain this as brief as I can. The original building had the original Suite A, what as we know as Suite A now, was divided into 2 separate suites. And there was a wall running down through the center. So there were 2 furnaces, 2 HVACs, one controlling each half of it. What took place when we did the remodel is they took that second furnace and turned it, disconnected the ducting, and brought it to come over, and it heats up like 5 different ducts. So now they're trying to rely on one unit to heat the whole side when it's not properly circulating back and forth back to the original furnace, and it's undersized because of that.
one of the things that I had, after doing a little bit of research, had talked to Dwayne about was putting in like a ductless mini split and putting one in Angela's office and one in Missy's office, because they're the ones that are going to get the direct south side sunlight all the time, and they're going to be hot no matter what. In talking to Dwayne after he talked to Vasey, I'm kind of coming to the opinion that we're going to put a Band-Aid over a gaping hole if we do that. We're going to spend money to eliminate a problem and then come to the point where we're going to have to spend a lot more money just because the system is not adequate. So we may get numbers back and say, you know, this is not going to work, and we go, but just from advertising purposes, I've heard Mitsubishi makes an extremely good mini duct or ductless system, and those can be bought for about $2,500. So, you know, if it ends up that we go that route, it's not as extravagant as what we might have been led to believe in the beginning. But, you know,
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it is a solution, but I don't think, you know, if we go and spend the money on doing that, we're coming to the point, the end of the life cycle, where we're gonna have to replace the furnace anyway. I think, my opinion is that we go through and correct this, because this is gonna be a ongoing problem that's never gonna get fixed unless we go through and fix the furnace and the HVAC system the right way.
Is it just the heater or furnace, or not the AC, or?
The AC's the same way.
Okay.
I mean, it's
We need all the
it's
packages.
just not, it's not set up properly, short and.
I was gonna say, the easiest way for me to explain it would be is you have a unit that is half the size, because it was only supposed to heat and cool half of that, and then had another unit that same size that heated the other half. When the town purchased it and did the remodel, the HVAC wasn't really looked at, and they just decided to basically pull that other unit out, and you only use one unit to heat double what it was originally supposed to.
and how long ago was that?
Been 20, I think, pushing 20 years anyway.
Yeah. So,
17
That's
now.
a shock.
It was because it was before I was. This was bought after you and I were here. We haven't been here 20 years.
Oh, that's true.
You were a mere child.
I think it was like 2000.
I don't know.
so it's,
13, something like
Well,
that.
that feels better.
it's coming towards the end of its life cycle anyway, so.
Well, I think those were original anyways. Those didn't get replaced.
Right.
It's just some ducting that.
Those were the original units when the suite was built in the early 2000s.
Yeah, they're probably much more efficient now anyway, so, but just food for thought. And if we do get numbers that we want to talk about, we'll try to get with everybody and see what schedules look like, if we can do a special meeting. So try not to, but we'll see. Any other questions for Dwayne on that at all? Okay. Angela, you have any other old business? Lee? Chad? John? Nope. Joe? Dave? You guys? Nothing. Is that a no, or you just?
I don't have any. He's looking at you.
Oh, no. I thought you were looking at you because I
Okay.
said no.
Angela, you have any new business? Lee? Chad?
No.
John? John?
No.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, hang on just a sec. Could we jump to this legislative business, since we have 4 people here and we've got
Oh, yeah, John's got to
some
leave.
things that are ordinances, so that we can get those adopted tonight?
Yep, okay.
And if you got to go, then if he starts carrying on like he does.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, you just released me.
Okay, let's go to legislative ordinance 2025-12. That would be you. Final reading of the,
Yeah, this was introduced at the last meeting, and it's just based off what we approved for the budget and salaries. I do want to note, because I forgot to mention this last time, there were 4 lieutenants and 2 captains, and on the salary ordinance now we have 5 lieutenants, but Dave can explain this a little better. What's happened is there's currently going to be 5 lieutenants and no captains, and at some point in time next year he's going to promote 2 captains out of those, so we're not going to spend more money.
okay. It's just,
It's actually less money for
Right.
okay,
no one was ready for the motion.
okay. Other questions on the final reading of the salary ordinance? Entertain a motion to adopt. Motion by John, second by Chad. Questions, comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4 affirmative. And 2025-13.
That's the ordinance for the authorizing writing off of uncollectible accounts.
Okay,
I'll make a motion.
is
Second.
that Chad made the motion? Okay, and John Shalotsky. Questions, comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? 4 affirmative. In 2025-14.
This is just a housekeeping transfer ordinance to clean up some of the lines that are negative. You might notice on there the ARPA, we had last year decided to use salaries to hold the rest of the money for road work. And so we've done that, we've exhausted everything we can out of that for salaries, and we're just transferring that there and then holding that money for road work.
Okay, is that what your question was?
It just seemed like the numbers were bigger this year than
Yeah.
what we've seen in past years.
Yeah, well, that one really made it huge.
Well, there were a couple others though, in the teens. Maybe they've been that large in the past, nights.
Okay. Do we have a motion to adopt 2025-14?
So moved.
Motion by John Shalotsky, second. Second by John Purdy. Questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? 4 affirmative. Okay, now, if you need to leave,
I'm still good on some
okay,
time.
you need to,
But like Lee said, this all depends on where Matt goes.
yeah, go ahead.
So I had some conversation with John, it's probably been about a month ago. Had some information come up from our IT department, or our IT company, I should say, about Wi-Fi and things like that, and some personal devices basically being connected to Wi-Fi. They are wanting to separate and make a guest, basically Wi-Fi account, so they split, because currently anything that is on the system basically has access in through the whole system, the whole network. So you have access to the servers, all that stuff. Obviously, you know how to do it. But he's wanting to create that. There's no cost or anything like that. There's no cost to any other equipment. It's just basically creating another, I'll call it port, I guess, to create that, so that there's that, I guess, defined line between personal and town-owned equipment. So, I don't know if there needs to be anything, just wanted to give you guys that information.
I know in talking to Angela the other day about this as well, we don't know that this will help us insurance-wise, but that's one of the things that they do look at all the time is, are you doing everything you can to protect your internet or whatever? So, I mean, that would be something we could check into and see, but I think it's worthwhile, because Dwayne, didn't you tell me that even the guys come up here, they're not allowed to use their personal devices or anything, just to not...
Yeah, we at the DPW, we've already done that. We've separated that out just because of, you know, the SCADA system and everything that it operates the plants. We've given that opportunity, so.
Yeah, it's probably been about a year that that hasn't been allowed. One of the biggest things there was because, you know, sometimes whenever, you know, they're searching for parts or repairing something, they may be looking, you know, use their phone to look for repair parts or things like that. Well, in that big old metal barn, you don't have a really good service, so.
Yeah.
But,
So, I mean, any negative to it, or, okay. I don't know that we have to have a motion or anything to have, I think as long as we're in agreement. Yeah, and if it comes to the point where Corey says it is gonna cost something, let us know.
okay, yeah, like I said, he said all the equipment that we have here is set up to be able to have that, so shouldn't be any extra expense.
Okay, cool. Okay, anything else? Okay, that is everything on this evening's agenda. So at this time, the meeting is open to the public. If you have a question or comment, we ask for your name and address for the record. Being no other business, we are adjourned.
Gift from God.
Thank you for coming, appreciate it.
Yeah, I still don't know why. It's just Angela called me and said,
Make sure you guys get your papers filled out. And Angela.
yeah, did you have to sign anything on the